In this episode of Kids Podcast, I am honored to share wisdom with you about leading kids in your church and in your home. Dealing with kids is hard work, and I'm praying that we add some tools to your tool belt today. So let's dive into today's topic. So, you're off to your first interview to a new and exciting opportunity. What questions are we going to ask? And that's what we're going to cover today in this episode of Kids Podcast. My name is Ron Gale. I'm your podcast host for today. And if you are a kids leader, this podcast is for you. We're all about leading kids into an overflowing life with Jesus. And the reality is, as a coach, as a parent, as a pastor, you might be in transition or transitioning, and you're off to your first interview at an exciting opportunity. What questions are you going to be asking? Let's dive in today. So, we go fishing. Yes, we go fishing, and then we use this thing called an indicator. Whoa! Some of you call it thingabobs or bobbers or floaties, but the bottom line is that these indicators kind of indicate what's going on below the surface of the water. Is it dunking down deep? Is it dunking down slow? Is it pausing? Is it twitching? Is it tilting? Different indicators do different jobs, and they all ultimately communicate the same thing, that something is happening below the surface. And ultimately, when you're going through the interview process as the interviewee, you are asking the interviewer indicating questions. I can preface that there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of questions you could be asking. There could be multitude of scenarios you need to be considering, but I'm going to narrow it down to three. Narrow it down to three, and I think you'll have a safe indication on whether or not this will be a successful transition for you. Let's dive in. We have three. And once again, there are a multitude, but we're just going to cover three. All right? And I'm going to use the letter V because, you know what? I'm a kids pastor, and we have to use really cool acronyms and synonyms and matching letters to do everything we do because it's part of sermon writing. So V, number one. First V is vision. Yes, vision. Your goal is to ascertain what their vision is for the organization. What is their vision for your role? What is their vision for your department? What is their vision? And remember, as I have said it many, many times in previous episodes, that vision is visual. You're looking for them to paint a picture, to draw it out, to give you an imagination that you can visualize in your head and see. We're not looking for them to be like, oh, hey, we want to hire a kids pastor, and they're going to take care of this room of kids, and yeah. No. They're looking for a babysitter. That's not what you're signing up for. So ask the visionary questions. One, and that entails something along the lines of them explaining that there's a department, there's a multitude of kids. We see these kids coming to the Lord. We see them coming to the altar. We see them going on mission trip. We see them going into youth ministry. We see them getting plugged into the church. We see them going to college and coming back from college, still loving Jesus. We see them asking for our help in getting a marriage, to baby dedications, to baptisms, to even funerals when they grow up. We see a future with these kids. Is that something you want to be a part of? And that all comes down to their ability to cast a vision to you. What is their vision for the church? And can you buy in? Can you see it? That's number one. Number two is vetting. VETTING. Vetting as in Victor. Well, this is about you finding some nitty-gritty dirt. What's the lowdown? Give me some reasons why I should not take this job. These questions might be direct. It might be kind of hidden in the real question. It might be to a third party. It might be doing some homework, looking on Facebook or Instagram, or even finding out who the previous employees were and ask them some hard questions. Maybe even asking the church for some references. Like, why did the last guy quit? Why did the last 3 guys only survive for 8 months? What's going on with this? Where are your stances with these topics? Is this church more left-leaning or right-leaning? Like the actual political question. Lots of the vetting, nitty-gritty, dirty secrets kind of stuff. That's what you're looking for. Because ultimately, once you move here, you need to identify as, can I stay here knowing this dirt? You're going to find out sooner or later. The question is do you want to find out before you accept it or after you accept it? And so, number 2 is vetting. Let's review. Number 1, we said vision. Number 2 is vetting. And then the third category of questions are values. What are the values of the church? Now, values are kind of like a funnel, but with a filter. Think of a funnel like that thing that you use to put oil into your car. You funnel it into a certain spot, but not just any funnel. It's a funnel that has a filter that kind of keeps the debris out of where we want it to go. Well, your church operates on this funnel, this set of values. It does this, it does that, it does this, it does that, but how do they decide what they're doing? Well, they decide based on their values. For example, this church over here does prison ministry, they do inner city ministry, and they do, that one thing where they, right? But why are you hiring a kids pastor if you're all about prison ministry, inner city ministry, and this other ministry I can't describe? Well, that reveals where their values are. Because if they valued kids ministry, or if they valued young people coming into an overflowing life with Jesus, you would begin to see that in everything they do and offer and decide. Like at one church, you can be like, what are your values? And they might say like, hey, we have a youth ministry, we have a kids ministry, we have a special needs ministry, we have a family-based ministry. We're looking to hire these kinds of people because we value leading all people into an overflowing life with Jesus. We value the family. We value. What are the values by which that church is filtering and funneling their decisions? And it's okay that they do it differently than another, because that's the whole nature of having a different church. This is why some old ladies are all jammed up because you didn't sing the hymn that we liked, versus another church singing the modern songs. It's what are the values? And how they decide everything they do reveals those values. In most cases, you just got to ask, hey, what are the values of the church? Of this church, 9 times out of 10, if the lead pastor knows what's going on, he's got down to 3 and it's like bing, bing, bing. We believe in this, we believe in that, we believe in this. And you can see those values rise as cream of the crop through all their decision making. Now, all 3 of these V's are important. And as I said before, you can ask any question. Any question. Multitude, hundreds, and thousands of questions to be asked. As someone who has conducted interviews, I have literally asked over 200 questions to the interviewee as the interviewer. And I don't get that many questions coming the other way around. But it's okay. You should ask questions. You should ask what their vision is. You should ask what their background vetting process is and what you're vetting them with. You should ask what their values are. Because one big thing that you're looking for is the leader a stronger leader than me? Because if he doesn't know the answers to these questions, but you're looking for him, that's an indication, remember, indicators, that you are a strong leader and they might not be. You're also considering the answers to their questions. That, man, if these are the answers, do I really want to be here? And based on those answers, you have an indication of how well you're going to do, how well you're going to fit in, how long you're going to stick around in this location. So start there, the 3 V's. Yes, sir, yes, man, and boom. Now, I actually cover this bit in my book titled Start Strong. It's a practical guide for new associate pastors. And if you're entering youth ministry, kids ministry, or associate ministry, this book is ideal for you because it locks in on entering ministry, transitioning in ministry, and even exiting ministry. And we cover this portion in the book plus some. Check it out. You can find it on Amazon. But there you have it. Some interview questions you can ask on your first interview. If you have additional questions that you want to be prompted on, hey, I want to encourage you, check out Google, check out ChatGPT, ask up to a friend, even hit up a Facebook group that has a bunch of guys who've been doing this for many years. There are tons of questions to be considered. But if you can't find anyone, you know where to find me. I'm happy to help because I believe in people like you, and I believe the harvest needs you. Until next time, everybody say, bye, Pastor. Thank you for listening. Smash those like buttons, turn the bells blue, or whatever the kids are doing these days. At the end of the day, our goal is to raise little people to one day become big people. You can find older archived podcasts on our YouTube channel and support what we do at rongaleministries.com. Enjoy!